Good morning, guys. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Guys, in the last session, we created controllers in our application with required methods. So mainly we implemented user controller.java. So in that methods are available, total 9 methods we created. So the first method is used to load the user registration page. At the time of loading the registration page, we are sending countries data to the UI because we need to display that in the drop down. And registration form DTO object also we are sending for the form binding. Okay. And the next one, there is a method called get states method. Based on the country selection, the states will be loaded. And the next one, cities method. If you see, get states, get cities methods are having the response body annotation. That means they are going to return direct response to the client. And the next we are having user registration method. So when user click on the register button, then this method is going to execute in order to handle that user registration functionality. And the next one, index method is available, which is used to load the login page in our application. And the next one, dashboard method, reset password page method, and handle reset password methods are available. Dashboard method is going to get the random quotation. Now we need to create the UI pages in our application. Okay, so register page, login page, right? So you can see the page names here. Register page is required. Go to the resources in the templates, register.html, login.html, dashboard.html, reset password.html files available. So I'm going to use Bootstrap here, guys. So let me take that, get to bootstrap.com documentation, and let me copy this Bootstrap. JS and CSS files will be available. Let me add this Bootstrap in all the HTML files that we want. Dashboard.html. Then I'm going to add that in login.html. Bootstrap functionality I'm adding in all the HTML files we have in our project. Taking time, yeah. So this is login.html and this is dashboard.html, register.html, and reset password.html. So there are 4 pages available. In the 4 pages, I have added my Bootstrap. So first, let me go to login.html. So we need to display the login page here. Div class is equal to container div we are going to use. Then we are going to display a form here. We are going to display the form inside this one. So in order to display the form, so we are going to use a form tag with the th:\action. So let me take form th:\action, and we are going to use th:\object for the binding object, and the method post method we are going to specify. This is used to submit the login form. So here let me take some table. So in that table tr, in that td, use the email ID and password for login functionality, email, and we are taking td password. Sorry, input type is equal to text. We are going to specify input type is equal to text. Okay, then a th:\field for the binding object. It is mapped to which variable in the login form class we are going to specify. And the next one, password will be available and login button also will be available. Copy this field and we are adding that here. Okay, email ID and password, td password. Now input type is equal to password. Now let us do the form binding. Go to the controller. Index method is used for form binding. Yeah, login form object we are sending. So let me go to this one. Login form DTO is available. Open login.html and open that controller, which is user controller.java. In the user controller, index method is available, which is returning the login page. So this is the binding object. Take this binding object and we are going to specify th:\action slash login and th:\object $of login form. Input type is equal to text th:\field. So in this, what is the field available? Email ID is available, and here one more field that we are having, which is password. th:\field password is available. So when user submit the login button, then the request will go to this login method. So what that login method is doing, it is returning a error message, or it will return success page, display the error message. So if the login is failed, then we need to display that error message. So for this we will use some font. Okay, so inside this, font style is equal to font style color. We are going to specify some red color, and paragraph th:\text is equal to the message, whatever the error message we are getting from the controller, we can display that here. Success message will not be displayed. If credentials are invalid, then only error message will be displayed. If credentials are valid, then directly user will be redirected to either a dashboard page or reset password page. So this is our login.html. Login form is available. So inside this login, we are giving one more button where user can register also. When you go for the login page, don't you have account? Sign up here. So this link we need to display, so that don't you have account? Sign up here. Sign up here, href. For the registration page, I'm giving the link here, /register. This is get request method. Whenever you click on the sign up here, then it will go to the register method. Then register.html page should be displayed. Okay, in that page also we need to display the form like this, but in that form drop downs also will be available. So this is login page, guys. Are you clear with the login page that we are having? Are you guys clear with the login page that we are having?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, simple page we are developing. Form action is equal to login. Form binding object method is equal to post. So email input type is equal to text. th:\field is equal to email, and password we are giving. Okay. So href is equal to register. Sign up here. When you click this hyperlink, registration page will open. Now same way, I'm going to develop one page in the registration also. Okay. So let us go to the register.html. Here also div class is required. Here form binding is going to be different. Here error message can be available. Success message also can be available. So success message color I'm giving as green. Success message color I'm giving as green. This is the S message. Go to user controller. This is the register method to load the form. Register form is available. Use it as a form binding, and whenever you click on the register, a post request method will come /register. This is the URL pattern. th:\form action is equal to register. Binding object register form method is equal to post. So what are the fields we need to take in the registration form? Name, email, phone number, country, state, city. Okay. So let me take this name field here. Name, email, for password is not available. Name, email, phone number is available. So this one, let me take it as a name. Check in the binding object, what are the variables available. Username is the variable name we have taken. Register.html field is equal to username. Then email, password, that's password field we are not taking anyhow. phone number field we are taking. Okay, this is a phone number field. Input type is equal to number. Okay, and this is phone number. Then next one, country, state, city. We need to display them as drop downs. Okay, so let me give this one as select country. So we need to give that as a drop down. Right, to give that as a drop down, at the rate to select th:/field is equal to country ID, and for this we need to give the option. So first we will give one empty option, that is will be available as just select. Right, similarly we need to give for state and we need to give for city also. State and city. Select a country, then select state and select city. So the field we need to specify, this is going to be country ID. In the binding object you can check what is the field available. Country ID, state ID and the city ID is available. th:/field country ID, you can check the variables here, country ID, and here state ID is available, and another one is city ID is available. Yeah, and we need to have one button in order to submit the form. So let me take one button in order to do the form submission. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to register. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to register. I think in the login.html also we need to have that login button. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to login. That's it. Now in the registration page, we will give one hyperlink to login here. Okay, in the register.html, then we are going to give one hyperlink in order to login. href is equal to empty URL pattern, login here. Empty URL pattern, login here. So this is our register page. Name. So let me give some title here. Just h2 create account. Create account here. Then here I will give the title login here. Just for our understanding purpose how it is working. Login here. Now, so let us test it whether this functionality is working as expected or not. For that, go to the properties file, guys. So we need to configure our data source properties. Now let me go to our database, MySQL Workbench. Let me check the database tables that we are having. So if the tables are not available, tables should be recreated. Tables should be created, guys. For that we will use DDL auth. If the tables are not available, it has to create the tables. Now go to database. Go to database and check the database. JRTP27 is the database name. So if it is not available, let me drop it. Drop database JRTP27. Okay, database does not exist. RTP27, no, JRTP27. Yeah, database is dropped. Then create a database. Okay, then use JRTP27. Yes, show tables. So here there are no tables available in our database. Okay, good. JRTP27 I configured. SMTP username and password I need to configure, guys. So let me use classes@gmail.com, and I need to configure my app password here. Let me generate my app password. So as we discussed, in order to send the emails from the application, we need to configure app password, not the login password, guys. app password should be configured here. Let me get the app password for my account. I'm generating app password for my Gmail account, and I will configure that in order to send the emails. Yeah, guys, my app password is generated. I copied my app password in the properties file. Very good. So next one, let us go and start the application and let us see. First of all, the pages are loading as expected or not. So if the pages are loading as expected, then we need to insert the data into database for the countries, states, and the cities. Debug as boot application. Debug as boot application. My application is getting started. Yeah, the tables are created as expected. It's a new database, so you can see that city table created, country table created, state table created, user table created, and in the user table, city ID, country ID, state ID added as a foreign keys. Okay, now let us go and access our application now. So that is localhost colon 8080 localhost colon 8080, sorry, localhost colon 8080 is the default port number of our application. So it is failing, guys. Class path resource template engine, there is a exception. Expression email is not valid. Allowed template engine login line number 24. Email is not valid. Allowed in the Springfield template login line number 24. In the login.html, line number 24, input type is equal to text field. Okay, there is a mistake. So this one, we need to specify the field properly with the star and curly brace. Like this, you need to specify the fields. So when you are doing the form binding, you need to specify binding fields like this. In the register.html also, same thing. Username, which is a star of username, and email also star of email. Binding variables are incorrect now. Phone number also star of phone number. Country ID, not dollar country ID, star country ID, and star state ID, star city ID. Okay, this is a small mistake we have done in the binding object. Now I have corrected this. Now go to browser and refresh. So with this, our login page is coming, sign up here, registration page is coming. But currently the data is not coming in the drop downs. Login page is loaded. So if you try to enter some email ID and some password and login, again it is failing. Okay.
Input type email, sir.
Sorry?
Input type is email, sir.
Correct, correct.
In
Yeah,
one
that's
of
fine.
the
That is fine. neither binding result or login form available as a request attribute. So once we submit that login form, again it is loading the same login form. In that login form, that object is not available, so that's why it is failing. After login is failed, once the invalid credentials are coming, then it is expecting the login object again. Okay, model.add attribute new login form DTO object I am sending. Once the form is submitted, then exception is coming, invalid credentials are available, then it is loading the same page. When it is loading the same page, this login form DTO binding object should be available. Okay, clear that. Go to this one, go back, login page is loaded. Enter some dummy email ID, dummy password, login. We are getting invalid credentials. Now go to sign up here. So the page is available, but country, states, city data not coming. So we need to add that data. So first of all, that data we need to insert into database, guys. So if you go to select star from country master, so there is no records available, and select star from state master, there is no data. Select star from city master. Select star from city master, there is no records available. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to insert records into these tables, guys. So in the country master, I will insert two records, guys. One is India, another one is USA. Country ID is 1, country ID is 2. So in the country master, I'm inserting two records, India and USA. Select star from country master. You can check it. India and USA is available in the country master. Now in the state master, I'm going to insert two records for India, two records for the USA. So country ID 1 is India. So in the India, AP, Telangana, two states I am inserting. Okay, AP one record, Telangana one record. Both are belongs to this India. So it is failed. Incorrect integer value from column country ID. So state master table is available. Select star from state master, state ID, country ID, and state name. Okay. Let me specify the order of the columns. State ID, then state name, comma, country ID. So this is the order of the columns. Okay. Now insert this record into state table. Insert the record into state table. So in the country table, I inserted two records. In the state table, also I inserted two records now. Similarly, let me insert two states for the USA also. So one is Rhode Island, another one is New Jersey. Okay, Rhode Island state and New Jersey state I'm taking for the USA. In the India, I have taken AP and Telangana. In the US, I'm taking New Jersey and Rhode Island for the second country. For country ID 1, two states. For country ID 2, two states I inserted. Now let me insert the cities for the state. Okay, let me go and insert the records into city. Insert into city master. Insert into city master. City ID, comma, city name, comma, state ID values. Right? So total 4 cities I'm going to insert. 2 cities for one country, one state, 2 cities for another state. Okay, so the first one for AP, I'm going to insert 2 cities, guys. One is Guntur and another one is Ongole. For AP, I am inserting 2 cities. So state ID 1 belongs to AP. For AP, I am inserting Guntur and I am inserting Ongole. Similarly, for Telangana, I am inserting 2 cities. Telangana state ID is 2. Telangana state ID 2. For that, I am inserting one is Hyderabad and another one is Warangal. Okay, 2 cities available in the Telangana state I am taking. One is Hyderabad, another one is Warangal. Okay. Insert into city master. Yeah. Duplicate for city master. Let me take this country master. So in the country master, we have two countries, India and USA, and we have state master. In the state master, we have for India, AP and Telangana, for US, Rhode Island and New Jersey available. Go for city master. In the city master, for Guntur and Ongole available for AP, Hyderabad available for Telangana, then insert Warangal again. Okay. Now in the city master table for AP, there are two cities available, Guntur and Ongole. For Telangana, there are two cities available, Hyderabad and Warangal. Now let me insert another cities for the USA, Providence and Rhode Island. Rhode Island and New Jersey is available, right? So let me insert those values also. Now the Rhode Island state, in the Rhode Island state, one of the city is Providence city is available, and another city is Newport is available. Newport available here. So Providence and Newport inserted for Rhode Island state, and similarly we need to insert two cities for New Jersey also. Okay, insert two cities for the New Jersey state also. So if you don't know the names of that, New Jersey city 1, okay, New Jersey city 2 I am taking. Anybody from US? Can you tell me some city names in the New Jersey? New Jersey cities. Let me check from the internet. Trenton is available, one city. New Jersey state is having Trenton, it's a capital. Is a Trenton, and Newark.
New
One more
York.
city. Newark is available. Yes. Trenton and Newark. Perfect. So these are the records that we inserted in our tables, guys. Now let me keep these records inside our resources folder. That is a file I am going to create, db.sql. So inside the project only, I'm keeping these queries also. So next time when you want to insert these records in the database, now you can use this. Country master, two countries, India and USA. For India country, I'm inserting two states, AP and Telangana. For USA, I'm inserting two states. One is Rhode Island, next one is New Jersey. And for the AP state, I'm inserting two cities, Guntur and Ongole. For Telangana, I'm inserting two cities, Hyderabad and Ongole. For Rhode Island, I inserted two cities, Providence and Newport. Okay, I think here we have done the mistake. We need to specify this as 4. State ID 4, right? New Jersey state ID is 4. Let's go to the city master. Let me update that city state ID for this Trenton, that is belongs to New Jersey. Okay, I have updated that data in the table. Good. Now we are fine. Select star from state country master, two countries. Select star from state master. There are 4 states available. First country belongs having 2 states. Second country having 2 states. Then go to city master. So every state is having 2 cities. AP having 2 cities, Guntur and Ongole. Telangana having 2 cities, Hyderabad and Warangal. Rhode Island having 2 cities, Providence and Newport. And New Jersey having 2 cities, Trenton and Newark. Okay, so for this drop downs, the required data is available in our database tables. Whatever the queries are required, these queries I am keeping in our db.sql file in the project. Okay, later point of time we can insert this data. So that is fine. Now let's go to our application, login here. So if you submit login form with some invalid password, it will give you invalid credentials. Sign up here. Page is coming. Country drop downs are not coming. State drop down, city drop downs are not coming. Now if you go to our controller, if you go to our controller method, So here we are sending the data from the controller to UI, which is register. Countries data I am sending. Countries is available as a map. Now this map data I want to display in the drop down as a options. So by default one option select available, and I need to display the countries drop down data. So if you don't know how to display the countries drop down data, let's go to the Google and check it. Google searching is very important now. So I am having a requirement that from the database I'm getting my countries in the form of key and value. Now that countries data I need to display in the UI drop down, dynamic drop down values. Okay, how to display that drop down data? Display map data as drop down options in time leaf. So that is my requirement. Okay, so you need to know this Google searching, that is very important. Using hash map in drop down list in the time leaf, right? Open this link. How to use that? Select option yes. So here you can see they have given the logic directly. Option th colon each entry client map dot entry set is available. Key and value we can use here in order to display in the drop down. Okay, so let me take this option, go to this one. I need to add the option. So here I need to use that key and value. What is our map available? Key. Countries is our map. So let me use th colon country, th colon entry, that is countries dot entry set, entry dot key, entry dot value. So this tag is going to display the drop downs data. My controller is sending the data in the form of a map. How to get that map data in the drop down options in the time list? I have taken some code from the internet. Let's try this. Go to login page and come back to registration page. Now, can you see countries are coming in the drop down? Guys, can you see the countries are coming in the drop down?
Yes, sir.
Yes, countries are coming in the drop down. So how simple I'm able to get the code from the internet. In the real time also, guys, every developer will follow the same approach. In the real time also, every developer will follow the same approach. When there is some requirement, so everybody cannot remember everything. So we need to take the help of the Google as part of our development task. So now, so this my requirement is clear. I have the sign up page in my application. I have the sign up page in my application. In this sign up page, countries drop down is available. Countries data available in the database table. I want to get that countries data from the database and I want to display in the drop down. Already in my controller, registration method, page loading method available, which is retrieving the countries records from the database table and sending to the UI as a map. Map nothing but key and value. Country ID, country name I am sending. ID I will display as value for the drop down option, and this country name I will display as the key and value we are going to display. So to display this drop down countries data, map I need to display as a drop down options. So what I have searched in the Google, so my Google query, display map data as a drop down options in time leaf. This is my search query. Writing this search query is very important. So now once I search with this one, I got the first link in the Stack Overflow using hash map in drop down list in the time leaf. So open this, open the link in the tab. So this is the query someone posted 10 years back. They asked this question. Okay, now what is the solution for this? This is the answer. This is the question someone posted and this is the answer someone posted. So this is the option. So this is the form and this is the drop down option value, select, and this is the solution. So I'm taking this option. So here th colon each entry map collection of entries is called one map. Map entry set, they are getting one entry. From that entry, they are getting the key and they are getting the value. So once I added that one, then I'm able to display my country's map data in the drop down. I'm able to display my country's data in the drop down. Okay, now go to browser and refresh our page. Yes, we are able to get the two countries. Now when I select country as India, then what is the requirement? India states should come. According to our data, AP and Telangana should come here. Okay, if I select US, Rhode Island and New Jersey should come in the state. Currently, it is not working. So when I select the country drop down, then that country related state should come. When I select the state, that state related city should come. But currently, it is not coming because there is no logic available in our application to fetch the states based on the country. There is no logic available to fetch the states based on the country. Are you able to understand first drop down display with the dynamic data?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand drop down display with dynamic data?
Sir, here countries is the collection object, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where we declared that one, sir?
Sorry?
Where we declared that country, sir? Where is the reference for that one?
We are sending that, sir.
Oh, here. Okay, sir. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, fine, guys. Now the requirement is whatever the country we select in the drop down, based on that we need to get the states. So here we need to send the asynchronous request to the server. Generally, when I click on this login hyperlink, one request will go to the server, which is a synchronous request. Okay, page will be reloaded. When I click on this hyperlink, my page is reloading. My page is reloading when I click on the hyperlink. Okay, but now when I select the country, without reloading the page, states should be displayed in the drop down. So for that we need to go for asynchronous calls. To implement asynchronous calls in the application, we are going to use jQuery with the Ajax. What we are trying to implement now, guys? So we are going to implement asynchronous request in our application. Web application requests are available. In the web application, the requests are divided into two types, guys. One is called as synchronous request. Another one is called asynchronous request. What is the meaning of synchronous request? Synchronous request means entire page will be reloaded. Whenever you send a synchronous request to the server, entire web page will be reloaded. Whereas when you go for asynchronous request, page will not be reloading. Page will not be reloaded. Only data will be reloaded. Page will not be reloaded. Only data will be reloaded when you go for asynchronous request. So in our application, for states and cities implementation, for states and cities drop downs, we need to implement asynchronous request. Are you guys able to follow me? So we need to, in the web application there are two types of requests we can implement. One is synchronous request, another one is asynchronous request. What is the difference between synchronous request and asynchronous request? Synchronous request means whenever you send a request, your entire page will be reloaded. When you go for asynchronous request, then only the data will be loaded. So when I click on login button, the entire page is loaded. When I click on sign up button, entire page is loaded. But when I select a country, without reloading the page, state should come in the drop down. So that is called asynchronous request. That kind of functionality is called as a asynchronous request. So to implement that asynchronous request, we are going to use Ajax functionality. To implement asynchronous request, we will use Ajax engine. Okay, Ajax we can use with JavaScript and jQuery also. In order to start the Ajax, we are going to use jQuery and we are going to use JavaScript also. Ajax we can use with JavaScript along with the jQuery also. So already we have added one dependency in our pom.xml. If you want to add Ajax calls in the project, then jQuery we are going to use to start the Ajax. That jQuery dependency we need to add in the pom.xml. So at the time of project creation, already I have added jQuery dependency in our pom.xml. Okay, so let us see this one. jQuery dependency already available in our pom.xml. Once jQuery is available, let us add that jQuery JS file. jQuery is a library, right? Front-end library. That jQuery related JS file we need to include in our HTML page head section, because in this HTML page I want to implement the Ajax. Go to register.html, head section is available. In this head section, let me add our jQuery related file. jQuery related JS file is available. I'm adding that. Script src is equal to webjars jQuery.min.js file I have implemented. Now step 3, implement the Ajax call to load the drop down options dynamically. So what I need to do is, once the country is selected, based on the country ID, I need to get the state drop down data. Once the state is selected, I need to get the state ID. Based on that, I need to get the city drop down data. Okay, so this is a country. So th colon field is equal to country ID is available. So now let me go to this page, refresh, see the source of this page. Country ID is available. Okay, for country there are two options coming. These options are coming from the database. Now for example, you don't know how to send the Ajax request to the Spring controller. You don't know how to send Ajax request to the Spring controller. So first of all, you understand why we are going for Ajax call here, guys? First of all, are you able to understand why we are going for Ajax calls here?
Sir, asynchronous, in the MQ world also we have asynchronous, right, sir? That is also lazy loading.
That is different. This is without reloading the page, only content will be loaded. That is called asynchronous here.
Right, sir. Loading like passively, right, sir? Whenever
yes. User will not feel that a request is going to the server. Right. Okay. Sir. Country selected, but state is not coming. I need to get that state. So for that, we need to implement asynchronous call. So when you go for the web application, web application, there are two types of requests we can send in the web application. One is called synchronous request. Another one is called asynchronous request. What is the meaning of synchronous request? When you perform any operation in the web application, when you click any button, the entire page will be loaded. That is called synchronous request. So here, in some scenarios, we will go for synchronous request. In some scenarios, we will go for asynchronous request. So here, I want to load the state's data without reloading the page. If I select a country, without reloading the page, state should come. So that is asynchronous request. In order to implement that asynchronous request in our application, we are going to use Ajax. Okay, so to start the Ajax engine, we can use JavaScript and we can use jQuery also. Currently, I am using jQuery to start the Ajax. So for that, I added jQuery dependency in the pom.xml and I configure jQuery related JS files in the HTML page head section. Now we need to implement Ajax call to load the drop-down options dynamically. So how to implement that Ajax call to load the drop-downs data dynamically? So here, inside this, we need to write one script. Okay, inside this script, we need to write jQuery functions in order to load the data. Suppose you don't know how to make a Ajax call to the Spring controller. Okay, so send get request to Spring controller using Ajax. Send Ajax get request to Spring controller. Okay, sending data to Spring controller using Ajax. So Stack Overflow website. Yes, this is some data and this is Spring controller method is available. and see the code of jQuery. Yes, this is the jQuery function. This is the logic available which is used to send the Ajax request to our Spring controller. Spring Boot Ajax example is available. They have given. Check this. Spring Boot Ajax example. jQuery dependency added. Spring REST API is available. Ajax code. I need to check this. This is the Ajax code they have given. So $.ajax is available. Type of request you want to send, what is the URL, what is the data you want to send. Once you send the success, once you get the success response, what do you want to do with that? So this is the logic which is available. This is the logic available in order to send the Ajax request, in order to send the Ajax request to the Spring controller. Okay, so document.ready function is available. Fire Ajax submit. This is the Ajax function they are calling. So first let me take this document.ready function. So here I am taking document.ready function. So what I need to do is, whenever my country ID is changed, whenever country drop down is changed, I want to make a Ajax call. Take this country ID. So here country ID dot on change. Once the document is ready, country ID dot on change. Once this country is changed, then I want to make one request. Country ID dot on. Country ID dot on. Here I'm going to specify that on change function I'm calling. If country ID drop down option is changed, then I want to send a request. Then I want to send a request. Currently, leave this. Let me capture country ID first of all. What is the country we selected? Let me get that country ID. So to get that country ID data, $of country ID dot val. So which country you selected, that country ID I'm going to get, and let me print that country ID for our understanding. Alert selected country ID. What is the ID that you have selected? Just I will show you as a alert. If we are able to get this alert, that means our jQuery logic is working. If this alert is working, that means our jQuery logic is working. Then we will write the further logic for that. So I have added 3 things I have done for the Ajax now, guys. Okay. One is jQuery jar I have added in the pom.xml, and jQuery JS file I have added in my HTML. And I have created one script function here. Document ready. Once the web page is completely loaded, country ID, the ID of the country field, country ID. If country ID on change, then I want to execute one function. In that function, I'm capturing the value of the country you selected. Whatever the country you selected, that country ID I am fetching, and I am printing that in the alert box to understand when the drop down is changed, this function is getting called or not. If this function is called when the drop down is changed, then we are okay. Then we need to write the next logic to get the states based on the country ID. Page is reloaded. Select country as India. Yes. The alert is working or not? Guys, page is reloaded or page is not reloaded?
Not reloaded, sir.
Page is not reloaded. So if I select India, India ID is coming as 1. If I select as USA, USA ID is coming as 2. So that means this function is working. On drop down change, on change of the drop down, this function is working. Now, once I am able to get the country ID, I need to send this country ID to the backend controller. Okay, so here states method available, which is expecting country ID. Based on this country ID, it will give me list of states in the map format. Okay, to send that request. So once the country ID got changed, I'm getting the country ID drop down which you have selected. Then I will go for $.ajax. I will go for $.ajax. Now I want to make a Ajax call. What type of request you want to send in the Ajax? Our controller method is mapped to get request, Controller method is mapped to get request. The URL pattern that is mapped to the URL slash states. For this states, I want to pass country ID as a path parameter. Okay, this is country ID I captured. Once we send this request, then it will give you some response. If the response is successful, then I will perform some operation. The function, whatever the response we are getting from the controller, I'm capturing that response. I'm capturing that response, whatever the response we are getting from the controller. So whatever the response we are getting, console.log of response. Just I want to show you what is the response we are getting from the controller. What is the response we are getting from the controller? I want to log that response. Then later, so here response will come as states, right? You can also use alert of response. What is the response you are getting when you change the country ID? When I change country ID, I am making a AJAX call, get request to the states URL with the country ID. If you go to the controller, states URL with the country ID, it will give the states data in the map. Let me print it for your understanding purpose. Request is coming to this method or not. System.out.println. Let me print states map. Okay, which states are coming based on the request, we will print before sending to the UI. Let me stop it and start the server. So if the states map is printing on the console, that means the request is coming from the front end. Clear that console. Yes, application started. Now go to here, come back to this registration page. Yes, first countries we have loaded, countries, all countries retrieved from the database. Clear the console. First time when the page is loading, countries data coming for the drop down, India, USA. India ID 1, USA ID 2. So now states are not loaded as of now because the country drop down option not changed. According to my logic, so here if country ID you change it in the drop down, then only the AJAX function will execute. What is the logic in the AJAX function? This AJAX is used to send asynchronous request to the server. Without reloading the page, a request will go to the server. End user will not know that there is a request going to the server. Now you observe. Currently in my console, nothing is available. My console is clear. Now let me change the country to India. When I change country to the India, I got some response in the form of some object. Go to the console. Can you see here? Are we able to fetch the states? Why only 2 states are coming? Select star from states where country ID is equal to given value. I have selected country as India. India ID is 1. Based on the India country ID, it is fetching the states and it is sending the response to the UI. If I change it to the USA, again I got the response. Now go to the console. Now we are getting Rhode Island and New Jersey. So we are able to send the AJAX call successfully. We are able to send the AJAX call successfully. In the browser also, you can see what is the response we are getting in the browser console. So in the browser console, we can see the response. Clear that console. This is my browser console. How I open browser console? Right click, inspect. Browser console is open. That means what is the response we are getting from the backend? We can observe in the browser console. So to observe that in the browser console, alert I am removing now. Alert is not required. Console.log. In the Java, system.out.println we will write to print the data in the console. System.out.println we will use in the Java to print the data in the console. Whereas in the front end application, we will use console.log to print the data in the browser console. So system.out.println for Java, console.log for the browser. So browser console I open. Now let me change the country from USA to India. I change it from USA to India. Let me reload this page. Okay, go to sign up here. Browser console is empty. There is no data in the browser console. Select country as India. When I select country as India, now you see I got the India states. Now if I select to USA, Now I got the USA states, RI and New Jersey. Is my page reloading or my page not reloading, guys? Can you tell me my page is reloading or my page is not reloading? Come on.
Not reloading.
Page is not reloading, but we are able to get the data from the backend. Without reloading the page, I'm sending a request and I'm getting the response. Who is helping me to achieve this?
Ajax.
Ajax. What is the purpose of Ajax in the application development?
To get the asynchronous calls.
Yes, it is used to send the request asynchronously without end user don't know. End user don't know what is happening in the backend. End user don't know what is happening in the background. End user will come and will select the country, India. So what is the logic I have written? Whenever country ID is changed, on change of country ID, I'm getting the country ID drop down data and I'm executing one Ajax function. Ajax $.Ajax, it is used to send asynchronous request. What type of request you want to send? My controller method, states method, map it to get request, which is giving the response body. Direct response is coming. Register.html. Direct response, states method is available. So function, success. So whatever the request I'm sending to the controller, it is giving successful response. If it is giving successful response, the response data, whatever this map it is returning, right? This is response data. That response data will be stored into the response variable. That response I am printing on the console by using console.log. So that is the reason whenever you change the drop down to USA, the response is printing on the browser console. In the Java, we will use system.out.println. In the browser, we will use console.log. The response is printed. Whatever the response is coming, the states which are coming, I need to display them as the state drop-down options. Ajax function is working. We are able to send the get request to this URL with the country ID as a path parameter. So my controller is taking country ID as a path parameter. After states, country ID coming. Based on the country ID, it is getting the states and it is sending the states to the UI as a direct response. So this method returning view page, but this method not returning the view page. This method returning direct response. So whatever the response is coming, it is there in the response. Now I need to, this response is a map, key comma value. So I need to take the map nothing but multiple entries, right? I need to take the each entry in the map, each key value pair, multiple key value pairs are coming. So now if you see, if I select country as India, I'm getting key value pair, two entries are available. So if you see, AP is one entry, Telangana is one entry. AP ID 1, Telangana ID 2, state ID, state name, state ID, state name. List of key value pairs are coming. Map is nothing but a collection of entries. Now I need to take the each entry, I need to display as a state drop down option. Okay, for that what we need to do? So here console.log, it is just for our understanding purpose now. Okay, next I need to take the response. In this response, map is available. Iterate the response, iterate response entries and display as state drop down options. Are you clear? What is the task now? I'm able to send the Ajax request based on the country selection.
Sir, how the request
change
is going to controller, sir? With the Ajax, how request is going to the controller here?
This is predefined function, sir. It will send the request to the controller.
So suppose if you want to call the third-party API, so then we need to give the key and property.
Third-party URL directly.
Third-party URL. So how it is speaking, like, so secret, key and secrets. Suppose if you are calling third-party API, then key and secrets will mention in the properties file. Then it will pick automatically Ajax call.
Correct.
Okay, sure.
So here, whenever I use $.Ajax, this is a function, Ajax function. It will send the request to the given URL. So here I'm giving the type as get, I'm giving the URL. Then this Ajax will send get request to this URL. That is controller method URL. That controller method is giving a response to us. That response we are printing on the browser console for testing purpose. So I'm getting the response as expected. Now
Sir,
I need
if
to
you have more than one controller, how does it know which controller to go, sir?
URL pattern, sir. You need
Okay,
to
sir.
give the unique URL pattern for the controllers, right? So in my entire
Right, sir.
application, this method URL pattern is unique.
Okay, it will check all the controllers and it will come
Yes.
here, right, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So go to the states URL pattern with the country ID. Now I got the response. So what is the response we are getting from the controller, guys? What is the response we are getting from the controller? States, state ID, state name. I need to display that state ID, state name as a state drop down options. So for this, observe carefully. I'm going to use $.each. That is another predefined function in the jQuery, which is used to iterate the response that we got. That response, whatever we got, I am dividing that response into key comma value. Country ID and country value is available. Country ID, country value is available. Now, so here I need to display that map data as a state drop down options. I need to display that map data as a state drop down options. This is successful response. This is Ajax function. This is document ready. So this is success. Here I need to write $.each, whatever the response we are getting. Let's convert that response into one function. Let's convert that response into one function. Okay. So in that function, whatever we are getting, 1 minute. I think there is a bracket issue. So this is the function we are writing $.each. In that each function, we are going to pass the response, and function we are going to take. That function is going, the response we are dividing into key and value. The function whatever we have, we are dividing that into key and value. That key and value we will append to the state drop down. So whatever the response we are getting, that map is having list of key and value. That key and value I need to append to the state drop down. State drop down ID we know, which is the state ID. This is the state ID of this one. So I need to append it. Let me prepare one option tag. In order to do this, I'm going to take one option tag. I need to add the new option to the state. Option dot val. What is the value for the option? Which is the state ID, which is key. Dot text. What you need to display in the drop down, that is the value. This one I need to append to state ID. These all are Java's jQuery logic, guys. Append to state ID. State ID, this is the ID of that field. That's it. So what this logic is doing is, so first of all, document.ready function. Whenever country ID is changed, I'm capturing the country selected from the drop down. Country ID is coming. Based on the country ID, I'm sending a Ajax request to the states method, which will give the states map. That states map I am printing on the console for understanding purpose. Then we got the response. This response is a map response. Map means list of entries. Then I am iterating that map by using this $.each function in the jQuery. So in that map, key and value, list of key and values available. I'm taking each key and value and I am preparing as a drop down option for the state ID. Now let me go here, refresh this page, sign up. Countries available, India and USA. Currently states are not available. Select country as India, then you can check states are coming, AP and Telangana. Now if I change to the USA, then what happened now? 4 states are coming. There is a bug. There is a bug. Let me reload this page and show you once again. First, states are not available. Countries are available. If I select India, states are loaded, AP and Telangana. That's fine. But if I change back to USA, previous states are not removed. Previous states available, new states also added. So there is a bug available. So what I need to do? Before, whenever the country is changed, I need to remove the existing options of the state. Whenever you change the country, every time it is fetching the country related states, appending to the state. If I change it 10 times, 10 multiplied by 2, 20 states will come. Duplicate states are displaying. So what we need to do is, first time it is coming properly. When I select country India, India states only coming. Okay. But if I change to USA, previous states also available and new states are added. So to overcome this problem, whenever country is changed, I need to remove the state options. Dynamically, I am preparing the options for the state. Whenever country is changed, so we are getting the states data from the controller. The states are map entries, list of states available, state ID, state name. So I'm preparing one dynamic option. Currently, only select option available. For this state drop down, I am preparing dynamic option with the states data, option value, option text appended to the state drop down. So what I will do is, whenever it is changed, let me remove this. Let me remove all the options available for the state. Whenever the country is changed, I will go for this dollar of state ID dot find option, whatever the option available for the state, remove it. So whenever the country is changed, you remove the state options because previous states should not be available. Whenever country ID is changed, remove all the options of the drop down and prepare the latest options for the drop down. Okay. Now reload the page. States are not states currently. Countries are available. States are not available. Select country as India. Then India states only coming. Change to USA. Then USA states only coming. So let me give one default option also. For this one, let me add one default option, which is a select option. After removing all the options, value is empty. And the text I will give as some default text, select, append to state ID. Yeah. Reload this page. States are not there. Country India, India states are coming. Country USA, USA states are coming. The bug is fixed. Now it is working as expected. Now look at the logic here. What is the logic that we are writing in order to implement dynamic drop downs? Once you select one drop down option, based on that, next drop down option is getting populated. This is the logic. Same logic we will repeat for the cities. Whenever the state ID is changed, then I want to get the cities and I will display the cities in the drop down. Are you guys clear with my point? Document.ready function that is used to load the Ajax engine when the document is completely loaded in the browser. Once our web page is completely loaded, then only these functions can be executed. So country drop down is available, which is having the country ID. My logic is dollar of country ID dot on change. That means whenever this country drop down option is changed, then only I want to execute this logic. When the country ID is changed, that means states are going to change. So that's why existing the state drop downs I'm removing. Then I am adding one default option called select for the state drop down. Okay. Next one, $.ajax is available. $.ajax is available. So which is used to send a asynchronous request to the server. So I'm sending a GET request to this URL. I'm sending a GET request to this URL. That is controller method. That method is returning map key value states I am getting. Then that states I'm iterating by using $.each state key and value, map key and value, I am displaying as one option to the state dropdown. If you get 10 states, then 10 drop-down options will be available. If you get to 2 states, 2 drop-down options will be available. So that is what is happening now. If you refresh this page, currently country not changed. So no Ajax call. Change the country to India, then India states are coming. Now again, if you go and change to USA, the states options are changed. Then again, if I select India, the options are changed. So is my page is reloading or only drop down data is reloading? My complete page is reloading or only my drop down is reloading?
Only drop down, sir.
Only drop down is getting reloaded. So here it is a synchronous request or it is a asynchronous request now?
Asynchronous request.
Asynchronous request. Same thing can we implement for cities also? Guys, when the
Yes,
country is changed, states are loaded. Now what I need to do for the cities now? When the cities should be loaded? When we need to load the currently, cities don't have any data. Country selected, states are coming. When the state selected, city is coming or city is not coming?
It is not coming.
Not coming. So when to get the cities from the controller?
On the change of state.
Yes, on the change of state we need to get. Okay, let me take this function. This is the function to get the states. This is my jQuery function. When the country ID is changed, it is loading the states. Now, when the state ID is changed, I want to get the cities. Okay, so state ID, this is the state ID. Take this state ID. So when the state ID got changed, you get the state ID value. You get the state ID value. Then remove the options available for the city ID. Okay, what are the default options available for the city ID? You remove all the options. What is the controller method to get the cities? Cities is the URL pattern. / cities is the URL pattern. Let me pass the state ID as an input. Now, whatever the options are coming, let me add those options to the city ID. That's it. Now, here the logic is state ID on change. Whenever state ID drop down option got changed, whenever the state ID drop down option got changed, let me get the selected state ID. Which state user is selected? Get that state ID. Remove the existing options of the city and add the default option for the city and send a get request to the city's URL with the state ID, which will give some response for you. Whatever the response you are getting, cities map you are going to get, that cities map you need to append it to the city drop down. Cities map you need to append to the city drop down. When the country is changed, then I am going to remove the cities also. When the country is changed, I will remove all the states, I will remove all the cities. Then based on the selected country, states will be loaded. Based on the selected state, cities will be loaded. Look at this code. State ID on change. When the state ID got changed, what is going to happen? If state ID got changed, get the selected state ID from the drop down. When the state ID got changed, get the selected state ID from the drop down. Remove all the options of city. Existing cities I am removing from the drop down. Then I am adding a default option to the city. Then I'm sending a get request to the city's URL pattern available in the controller along with the state ID, which will return cities map based on the given state ID. That cities map I am iterating. I am adding each city as a drop down option for the city. Whatever the cities I am getting from the controller, I am adding them as a drop down options to the city field. So whenever country is changed, I'm removing all the state options from the drop down. I'm removing all the city options from the drop down. Whatever the states I'm getting, I'm adding each state as a drop down option for the state field. When the state ID is changed, I'm removing all the cities from the drop down. Each city which I'm getting from the controller, adding as a city field drop down option. Now let's try. Log in here, register here. Currently cities are empty, states are empty. Only countries loaded by default. Select India. When I select India, AP, Telangana coming. Cities are not there because I have not selected state as of now. Now if you observe, login page, registration page. Cities are not there, states are not there. Countries are loaded by default. If I select India, India states are coming, AP and Telangana. cities are not loaded because state is not selected. Select the state as AP, then AP cities, Guntur and Ongole is coming. If I change the state to Telangana, then I am getting Hyderabad and Warangal. Okay, now go and change the country to the USA. If I change it to USA, no cities. First, I need to select the country, state. When I select USA, I'm getting Rhode Island and New Jersey. Select Rhode Island, then I'm getting Providence and Newport. Change to the New Jersey, we are getting Trenton and New York. Is it working now? Is the logic working as expected?
Yes, sir.
Select country as India, state as Telangana. Hyderabad I am getting. If I change it to Andhra Pradesh, I am getting Guntur and Ongole. If I change the country to USA, I am getting Rhode Island, New Jersey. If I select New Jersey, I am getting Trenton, which is the capital of New Jersey, state in the USA. So this is called drop downs, dependent drop downs functionality that we are implementing by using Ajax call. Are you clear with my point? Anybody not able to understand this logic? Here simple. In the web application, there are two types of requests will be available. One is called as synchronous request. Another one is called asynchronous request. When you go for synchronous request, entire web page will be reloaded. Suppose, for example, when I click on login here, the complete page is reloaded. When I click on sign up here, complete page is reloaded. But when I select the country, page not reloaded, only drop down data loaded. When I select the state, only city drop down data loaded. So this is dependent drop down functionality. To implement this dependent drop down functionality, we are using asynchronous request. Okay, in our application for states and cities drop downs, we need to implement asynchronous requests. To implement asynchronous requests, we will use Ajax. Ajax we can use with jQuery and JavaScript also. Currently, I am using Ajax. To start the Ajax engine, we can use jQuery library. Okay. So step one, add that jQuery dependency in the pom.xml. Include that JS file in the HTML page head section. Then after this one, this is the script I am writing. This script is used to load the drop downs data based on country and state selection. I will give this code for you. Okay, so once the document.ready function, if country ID changed, then remove all the states and cities from the drop downs, get the states, add to the state drop down. Once the state ID is changed, remove all the cities, get the latest cities based on the state ID, add them to the city drop down options. Are you guys able to understand this logic? Are you guys able to understand this
Angular
logic?
is also, sir, Angular is also asynchronous, right? Like
yes,
Ajax,
sir. In the Angular also asynchronous will be available.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Currently, this project not on Angular, na? So that this is time leaf project. So I am implementing Ajax like this. If you go for Angular, by default, the Angular will have observables in order to implement the Ajax calls.
Right, sir. So Ajax is part of jQuery, sir?
No, sir. Ajax is a separate technology. So by using jQuery, we are implementing that. Using JavaScript also you can implement. Using jQuery also you can implement.
Okay. To implement using JavaScript, you have to import the JavaScript dependency instead of jQuery, sir?
Yes. No. For JavaScript, no dependency. Directly you can write JavaScript in the browser. Only for jQuery, we need to import this JS file.
Okay. This is easy, sir, compared to JavaScript?
Yes, JavaScript is difficult, sir.
Okay.
That's why this library we are using.
Makes sense, yeah.
Okay, now guys, can we test our registration functionality? Is it working as expected or not? Give me 15 minutes, guys. We'll complete this project. Because tomorrow there is a festival, so no class. So we have the next class on Monday. Na? So let me complete this project. Within 15 minutes, I will complete. Majority implementation is completed in the UI. Now let me check the registration is working or not. I will check my email ID. So am I getting the emails? Once the registration is completed, password we should get to the email. Let me log in into my Gmail account and let me check. the password is coming to my mail or not. With that password, am I able to log in or not? I'm going to check. Okay, this is my Gmail account. Then reset password page. I think we need to develop that page first. So the major logic is completed in the registration page. Login page is there, registration page available. So registration and login. Once the login successful, we will go to that page called resetpassword.html. So in this page, again, we need to display another form, div. The form we need to display, and the dashboard HTML is available. In the dashboard HTML, we need to display the random quotation that we are getting from the third-party API. Okay. Reset password HTML I am going to develop. It is simple like our login page only. Login.html. How the form is available? Just to take this form. Reset password.html. Div class is equal to container. Yeah. So this reset password page is available. It will redirect to the reset password page. Reset password DTO object is available. Send it to the UI by using model.add attribute, which is reset password. Reset password DTO we are sending to the UI. Now take this binding object. So this is our form binding object. Stop the server. This is our form binding object, post request. Once this form is submitted, we will get the request to reset password action. Reset password action is available. So email ID, we will display input type is equal to email, field read only. They can't change the email field. New password, I will ask them to choose the new password, and I will ask them to choose the confirm password. You need to change the passwords, right? New password and confirm password. Go to that controller, binding object, new password I'm taking, new password field, and here confirm password field will be available. So once you submit a value, update. Once you submit this, when you click on update, it will go to reset password action. In the reset password, we are taking the password and we are resetting. If a password is updated, we are returning to the dashboard. Now go to dashboard.html. This dashboard.html class is equal to container. In this dashboard, we need to display the quotation. Whatever the quotation we are getting, right? We will display that quotation here. Something like table, then TR. So in this TH colon text. Okay. So table row, quotation, and quotation author we are going to display. What is the quote that we are getting and who is author of that quote we are going to display. And I will give one more button, that is TR. Then in this TR table row, I will write a button. Input type is equal to, sorry, input ahref. Sorry, I want to get another quote from here. As per our requirement, I need to display a button. Ahref is equal to dashboard. Right, get to new quote. To get the another quotation, I'm just giving one button, get new quote. Okay, for this one, class is equal to button primary, something like this. Then after this, I will give a option, ahref is equal to / logout, something like this. Yeah. So here I need to display the response of the quotation. That response dashboard page is giving the response as quote. So th colon text dollar of quote is one object. In that quote is available, and quote dot author is also available. So object we are sending, object properties we are accessing. In the controller, DTO object, quote and author. Variables are available. Those variables we are accessing here, author. So this is our quote object. Author variable is available. That author variable I'm accessing. So get new quote is available. I'm giving to the dashboard. So whenever you click on the button, get new quote, again dashboard method will be called, which will get the new quotation, will display on the same page. Okay, I hope the logic is completed. Now let's try to run this code and check it how it is working. First, registration, show tables. Okay, user master table is available. Select a star from user master. There is no data available in the user master table. We need to create the account. So when you create the account, mail should come to your mail ID with the password. Sign up here. I'm closing the browser console, not required. This is create account page. Enter the name. So this is Ashok, email ID. I'm giving my valid mail ID. I'm giving my phone number. Country, I'm selecting as India. State, AP, city, Ongole. Okay, click on register. So you need to display success message here. When I click on register, email should go with the random password to my mail ID. So click on register. The registration is in progress. Let us see what will happen. It is failed. Okay. Processing is failed. Okay. So after registration completed, binding object not available. I got the email also. Your account is created. Your temporary password. I got the password also to my mail ID. So let me fix that bug as well. Once the registration page is completed, when we are redirecting back to the registration page, it is saying that binding object is not available. Okay, this binding object is not available when the form is submitted successfully. Once the registration form is submitted successfully, country is available, but registration binding object is not available. Let me send this binding object also. You can fix this issue by using model attribute, or you can send the new register form DTO. I fixed that issue. Let me truncate my table, guys. Let me create the new account. User master table. Truncate, delete the row. Okay, let me truncate my table. Currently in my user master table, there is no record available. Now, okay, my email also I have deleted. Now let me go and do the registration again. Log in here, and I don't have an account to log in, sign up. So in my table, select a star from user master. Data is not available. Now enter the details. My mail ID I am giving, and my phone number, country India, state AP, city Ongole. Okay, click on register. User registration is in progress. Email should trigger. Registration success. Please check your email. So I got the email. Your account created. The login password is this one. YNLCW. Some random password it is sending to my email ID. So with this random password, I will log in into the application. Now if you go to database, select a star from user master, the user ID, create a date, mail ID, phone number, password, random password. At the time of registration, I have not selected any password. Application generated one password, sent that password to my mail ID. My password updated is no. City I selected to, country 1, state 1, India, AP, Ongole I have selected. Okay. The record is inserted as expected along with the foreign key. Updated date is not populated. Password updated is no, because I have not updated my password. First time I created my account. This is my password, which I have received in the email also. You can check it. I got the password to my email. Copy this one. Now go and check your email. I got the password, login. So enter incorrect password. If I give incorrect password, login, it is giving invalid credentials. Let me give correct email ID and correct password. This is my password I have got in the email. Click on login. So when I log in, this is my email ID. You need to update your password. Your new password, confirm password. New password ABC@123 and confirm password ABC@123. So I'm able to set my password. Click on update. Once I update the password, I got the random quotation. When I look into the future, it is so bright, it burns my eyes. The author is some Oprah. Get the new quote. I'm getting the another quotation from Rumi. Your task is not to seek for love, something like that. Get a new quote. So every Dalai Lama quotation I got, and I get the new quote. It is get used to rough life, for luxury does not last forever. So like this, every time I'm getting the new quotation. If I click on log out, now go to email. My password is updated already. Select the star from user master. Password updated, yes, abc@123. Now, if I go for the password, if I log in, it will not show me the reset password page. Click on login. Directly, I'm coming to the dashboard. So when I log in first time, then it will display the password reset page. Once my password reset is completed, then I'm directly coming to the dashboard. Let me beautify this UI also. Reset password page here. Update your password. Update your login password. Update your account password. Update your account password here. Okay. And in the dashboard page, let me display something. Random code from third-party API. We are getting the random quotation from the third-party API. Yes. So with this I have updated. Let me log out. Log in again. My email ID, ashokitschool@gmail.com. Password, abc@123. Login. Random code from the third-party API I am getting. If you want the new code, you can get it. If you click on get new code, the new quotation is coming from the third-party API. Log out. So in this dashboard.html page, we are displaying the random quotation given by third party. My password updated is yes. If I set it as no, if I set the password updated value as no, again reset password page will come. So when I log in back with my email ID, my password is abc@123. Login. Reset password page coming because this flag is no. If the flag is no, reset password page. I will give 1234. 1234 as my password. Update. My password is updated. Random quotation is coming. Now log out, log in. Okay. 123 is my password. When I log in, direct dashboard page is coming. So are we able to implement this requirement completely? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Is this document fulfilled now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In this complete implementation, maybe this Ajax call might be a little confusing for you. So I'm going to send you this Ajax introduction and Ajax code. Whatever the Ajax code I have implemented in the project. Synchronous request, asynchronous request, Ajax dependency, Ajax SRC that we need to include in the head section of our JS file, and Ajax code. Two Ajax functions we are writing. When country got changed, getting the states. When the states changed, getting the cities. Two functions I am writing in the register.html. Instead of keeping this script inside this one, you can keep that inside one separate JS file, and you can include that JS file here. Then your HTML page will be look very clean. Okay. So whatever the requirement is there, registration page available. Country, state, city drop downs are dynamic. So country values are coming by default. Country values are coming by default. So when you go to sign up, country values are coming India and USA. When you select a country, country based state coming. When you select the state, state based cities are coming. Dynamic drop downs. And we are not asking the user to give the password. We are not asking user to give the password. So when user create the account, password is going to the user email ID. That is a random password generated by our application. With that password, when user log in for first time, our application will check user password is already updated or not updated. If user password is already updated, direct dashboard page will come. If your user password is not updated, then when the user log in first time, this page will come where user has to reset the password. Once password reset is completed, Then user will go to this dashboard page. In the dashboard page, we are getting some random quotation from the third party API. So to get the random quotation from the third party API, we have implemented REST controller here. I mean, what is that? REST template I have implemented. So this is the quotation I'm getting. This is the third party URL I have given. REST template I'm using. Get for entity. I'm getting the third party API. I'm storing that into my response object. That response I'm displaying in the UI. Okay. If I log in with my valid credential, I will go to dashboard directly. My quotation is coming. So this is the quote and this is the author name. So if you want get the new quote, click on get new quote. Another random quotation is coming from the third party API. So like this, you can get multiple random quotations. So these all quotations are coming from third party API. Click on logout. So random password generated, sent to the email, and the next one, country state drop downs implemented, reset password implemented, the REST API calls also implemented. So with this, we completed our second mini project. So now you have 2 days of time. Monday, I want you people to submit this task for me. Monday, because tomorrow is festival, actually you have 3 days of time. Today you have time, tomorrow you have time, Sunday also you have time. So these 3 days, I want you to complete this project. Monday, I am going to check this project. So once like this, how the first mini project you guys completed, in the same way, I want all of you to complete our second mini project also. Once you complete the second mini project, then we will start the next discussion. Some pending tools, code reviews and all, I'm going to explain. The real-time best practices I'm going to explain once this second mini project, if you guys completed this. So all of you agree, will you complete before coming to Monday session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Any questions, anyone? So implementation is simple or difficult? Guys, implementing this project is simple or it is difficult?
Simple, sir.
Simple. So you guys will do that, right?
Yes, sir.
Compared to mini one, there is an extra REST call here, right, sir? Mini
Yes,
one,
sir.
we don't
Extra
have
REST API call we implemented here.
Right.
So this Ajax nodes, whatever the Ajax logic I have created, I will upload this in the portal. You can use it for reference and you can implement this task. The inserting the records into the table that you have to do. Countries insertion, states insertion, cities insertion. You need to insert the records into the table and you need to implement this.
Sir, on jQuery Ajax, any videos are there, sir, on Ashok IT
You
channel?
don't need to focus much on that, sir. If you can write this logic, that is sufficient, sir. Because currently jQuery is also outdated in the market. When we go for Angular, we no need to do all these things.
Oh.
This is just for this project implementation. You should have that idea.
Same thing we can do in Angular also, right, sir? The
Yes,
same
sir.
functionality.
In the Angular, you don't need to write these many lines. 2 lines, this logic, this complete logic we can complete in 2 lines in the Angular.
Oh, sir, can you show in Angular also, sir, if possible?
Sir, major project we will develop in the Angular, sir.
Angular, okay, sir, okay.
So in industry, any project which developed using Spring MVC, yeah, everything is Spring REST only.
REST, sir. REST APIs. Sir, these mini projects to improve your coding skills, sir.
Okay, sir.
I already told you before starting the mini projects, you need to improve your analysis. So technology can be anything, sir. Your thought process has to improve. Okay,
yes,
now.
Yes.
So if you can develop this kind of requirements, tomorrow you can work with any, whether it is a Spring MVC, whether it is a Angular, whether it is a Timeleaf, whether it is a React, you can implement anything. But your thought process, your analysis skills should improve.
Okay.
You got my point?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So with this, we are done with the 2 mini projects as we promised. 2 mini projects I have implemented completely in the live session. So we spent almost 10 days of time for each mini project. Second mini project complete last week, we spent time to analyze and to do the coding. And this week completely from Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we are doing the coding only. Okay, so for each mini project, almost 6 to 7 days of time we have spent. Still, if you don't develop these mini projects, then I can't help you. I can't do anything if you are not implementing these mini projects on your own. Because from the requirement to till the implementation part, I have done in the live session in front of you. I explained the requirement, I explained analysis, database analysis, Java analysis, project creation, classes, methods, coding, testing, everything I have done in the live session. And if you don't try, then it is your bad luck. I can't do anything. You have 3 days of time, guys. It's huge amount of time. Huge amount of time. Okay, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you spend the time with this project and try to complete this second project also. So Monday, I'm going to check all your second project implementation. Then we will start with the next topic from the Monday or Tuesday. Okay, good. Thank you. I wish all of you advance happy Ganesh Chaturthi. We'll meet again on Monday.
Happy Ganesh Chaturthi, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Same to you, sir.
Happy Ganesh Chaturthi, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you on Monday.
Happy Ganesh Chaturthi, everybody.